Welcome, I'm Darren, and I'll be your guide today as I rank the best rookie card designs of 1995. I had a bit of a difficult time putting this list together because there were 12 cards I wanted to put on it, and I'm not going to go that far. I went ahead and settled for 8, so I have a top 5 and I have 3 honorable mentions. But there are 4 other cards that just were really difficult for me to leave off, and I wanted to talk at least about 1 or 2, but really I would have needed to talk about all 4, so I just set them all aside. But for the 8 that I do have on the list, I love the variety here, and I actually have been saying that for the last couple of videos. But I really do love the variety that we've got here. And even though there are 2 different card sets where there are cards from 2 different sports showing up, which means 4 out, basically half of this list is cards from the same manufacturer but 2 sports. Still, the variety really is quite impressive. But I should go ahead and start in where the first 2 honorable mentions are both basketball, and they're actually both Fleer. The first of which is Ultra. Now, the Ultra basketball design is really cool because it has rookie text in the background that's really big and dominant, but it doesn't really look like text. It looks like a backdrop pattern. And that's what's cool. It changes. You can tell in most of the cards that it says rookie, but it just works in such a different way, and it allows the player to kind of get silhouetted by the pattern. The combination, I think, is really cool. Very unusual. This is an extremely unique card in the entire annals of card collecting, which is part of what makes it work so well. But also the team color does a great job of providing that backdrop behind the player. So the combination of that makes this card very unique and really quite cool. So I enjoy the card. Definitely not a top 5 card, but definitely worthy of being in the discussion. And then my next honorable mention is shifting over to Flair in basketball. And this card is just really clean and precise. But the best thing about this card, this card set, Series 2 for basketball, was the only time in 1995 when they did Flair cards without all of the crystalline background, which means these cards are just really clean and clear and crisp. They're more like 1994, only they're not like 1994. I view these cards more like the 1993 set. Well crafted. The image selection reads so well on these cards. All of the cards in this set are, for all the rookie cards, well, all the cards in the set, but all of the player cards in the Series 2 set read so well. These rookie cards just come through with such a strong clarity. I love the way they come through. And I look at this and I go, why in the world couldn't they have done this for, the rest of the cards? I don't know why, but at least these rookie cards come through so strong. They just look absolutely great, and I love it about these cards. They are not the most dynamic of card designs, obviously, which is why they're outside of the top 5, but I think they look fantastic. But when I move to the last honorable mention, this isn't really a number 6 as much as it's a 5B. And that's Pinnacle for football. And I love these cards. It's the same design as the rest of the cards. It's just that they have a blue or a red, almost like a cranberry color down at the bottom, which makes the cards look different from the other cards. But the thing that really makes them look different is the rookie photo shoot. The way the image selection here, the way that it carries these cards out and separates them from the rest of the set is so great. And when I pull the cards aside, they are among the most distinct and strong and aesthetically pleasing cards of the year. Now, part of the reason I have it as an honorable mention is because the design itself is not in any way different. It's the color and the photo selection, which is still great. But I gotta say, personally, I like this better than my actual number 5, which is Upper Deck for baseball. The star rookie cards in Upper Deck baseball these cards obviously need no introduction because they are the introduction. It's a cool background that is entirely about celebrating the text star rookies. And as if that wasn't cool enough, They also kind of threw a player on there as well, just for a good measure, just to make sure that, just, why not? May as well. That's the weird quirk to this card, is that I like cards that celebrate a player. We shift back over to Pinnacle for football, and this card is nothing but celebrating the player and getting us really excited about his career. It's a really great approach to the card. It reads well. When you shift over to baseball, the card design is the whole point of the card, not the player. Still cool, but for me, I prefer the Pinnacle cards, but I think that the Upper Deck cards are a stronger design, and that's why I put it as the number 5. But when I shift over to number 4, well, it's interesting because I have Summit for hockey. And I specifically think that the hockey cards are unusually good for this set. Now, it's about a clean backdrop that is super, super white, which contrasts with the bright colors on the jerseys. And that combination is a great counterpoint. And then you add to that the gold foil on the card, and it gives a richness to the card that gives me a complete design that I love about these cards. Now, is it the card I want to be looking at? Well, frankly, no. I still want to be looking at Pinnacle. I would like for Pinnacle to be at number 4, this to be at 5 or 6, and that's the way that I'd like to do it, because those are my favorites. But I don't do these lists to tell you what my personal favorites are. I do them to tell you what I think are the strongest designs. And the Summit design, I feel like it does all the things. It has a good image. It has strong, clear colors that tend to stand out really well. There is no question about the player, the fanciness of the card. All of that goes together in a wonderful way. The Upper Deck Star Rookie cards, on the other hand, don't do much with the player. So that's kind of the big weakness. And then the Pinnacle design just doesn't have much of a design to it. So that's why, at the end of the day, to me, I feel that the Summit card is the best of all these cards, even though it is not my favorite to look at. All right, but that completes those outside of the top 3. The top 3 are different. There is no question about what the top 3 are and what all the other ones are. And the first of the 3 here at the top is SP for football. And I have loved this card ever since 1995. And I have never entirely understood since 1995 why I like it so much until recently, because the copper color is such an interesting choice. Normally you would assume that they would do like a gold foil for the background, but instead of copper, because the copper is a lot. It really is a lot. But it has just the right bright, strong, almost candied color temperature to bring out in the card something that other foils just wouldn't do, making it a very unmistakable card. But then you contrast that with the green strip up at the top, and the counterpoint of those two gives a little bit of conflict in the card and enriches the experience. Now, whenever I look at the card, I do want it to be a little bit different because the copper is a lot. And that's the one weakness that I have with the card and what keeps it out here at number 3. Other than that, I really love it. But I have to say that at number 2, I have to put Upper Deck for football. And this is a card that is very similar in many ways to the Pinnacle card, except it does have a clear and distinct design. These are also Star Rookies, just like with baseball. But in baseball, it's about the card. When you look at the card, it's about the card. It's not about the player. Oh, that's not what we're saying when we look at the football cards. These cards instead are all about the image. In fact, the design is pushed over to the side to allow the image to have all the space that it needs. And that's the strength of these cards. They did such a great job of making sure that it's picture, picture, picture. The design you really don't even notice on the card, and that's a great strength. Now, do I like looking at these better than Pinnacle? I think that I do, but it checks off all the right boxes, and that's the great thing about this card. But it's still, as far as I'm concerned, a long ways away from number 1, which is SP for baseball. And I mean, wow. First off, obviously it's die cut at the top. That's a big part of the story of why this card is so cool. whenever you look at the card, that feature is the first thing that you notice, and it's the copper band underneath that really brings it to your attention. This means that this card looks like it's supposed to be a fancy card because it's well crafted, well thought out, and message absolutely received. But then below that, you have all of that brushed metal with rich colors, and it makes this card so obvious, so distinct, so strong in any collection. It stands out. It stands out both because of its unique quality, its strength of image or of appearance, and again, the fanciness at the top of that card. All of those combine together to get people to go, that's the card. As far as I'm concerned, there is no question that of course it's the card. I really love how these cards come out, and as much as I love the football cards, I got to give this the nod over the football. Absolutely fantastic. Upper Deck pretty much right at its height, and it's great. But that is my list of the best rookie card designs of 1995 across all 4 sports. Be sure to let me know in the comments below if you have a difference of opinion. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And thank you very much for watching.